Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Chug Nerd YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out this beast. This is the Ibanez RGIXL7 7-string guitar. Let's check it out. Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is DJ. I'm a guitarist in the southwest of the UK. I've been playing guitar for around about 20 years or so now. This YouTube channel, the Chug Nerd YouTube channel, is a brand new venture for me. It's something I only set up about 7 or 8 weeks ago, give or take. And so what I'm doing is trying to build a little community here on YouTube, fully aware that there are a million, billion, trillion other guitarists on YouTube already, and the last thing the world needs is another one. However, it's always something I've wanted to do, so if you feel like you'd like to come on the journey with me and help me grow this channel to somewhere even bigger than where it is now, because it's very small at the moment, then hit subscribe and join along the journey with me. Anyway, let's have a look at what we're going to be doing today. This guitar here belongs to a very good friend of mine. His name is Bo. He's the other guitarist in my band. My band is called HollowKin, and he has kindly lent me this guitar to check out with you all today. This is an Ibanez iron label. I think it's an iron label. It's an Ibanez RGIXL7 guitar. This is in the kind of high mid tier price range for an import Ibanez guitar. It's about £850 at the time of filming. Bo's had this for about a year and a half, give or take, I would have thought, and it's seen some use, it's seen some wear, as you'll see from some of the B-roll footage that I'm going to put up with this video. So before we go any further, let's check out how it sounds in a full demo mix, and then we'll come back, we'll look at some specs and check out some more details about this guitar. Alright, at this point of the video, I like to have a look at the specifications of the guitar. So without further ado, this is the Ibanez RGIXL7 guitar. This is of course the RG body shape with a Naito body. It's got a 3-piece maple and purple heart neck with a Nitro Wizard 7XL neck profile. The fingerboard is ebony and there's luminescent side dots on the side of the fretboard. Important that it's not lumen lays, and I'll come back to that in a little bit. We've got 24 jumbo nickel frets. The scale length is 27.5 inches, and from a hardware and electronics perspective, we've got, or originally we had, a DiMarzio Fusion Edge 7 humbucker in the bridge and the same in the neck. Now since getting this, Bo has replaced the bridge pickup with a Seymour Duncan Invader, and it sounds superb. Electronics wise, we've got a coil tap switch which is separate from the master volume, so it's not on a push pull, which I really like. The bridge is a Gibraltar standard to 7. It's an Ibanez branded bridge, does what it needs to do. We've got Goto lock-in tuners, and everything is of course black. So before we go any further, let me just let you know that this is not a sponsored video of any kind. Everything in this video is just my own thoughts, my own opinions, and everything that I think about this guitar. However, I am going to preface this, preface. I am going to say before we go any further, Ibanez aren't my jam. They're not my favorite guitars to play. I've had one Ibanez. It was the most beautiful guitar you've ever seen. It was superb, but I absolutely hated playing it. It looked amazing on my wall, but I never got it down because I never liked playing it, so it got sold. I forget what it was called, but I'll put some pictures or videos of it over this bit that I'm talking on right now. So I'm going to say that before I go any further. I'm going to try and remain kind of neutral about this guitar because it's not my favorite kind of style of guitar. There's a couple of things that I don't like, but they're very, very much personal kind of preference things. So let's get them out of the way first of all. I don't like the neck. The neck is horrible. Weirdly, for an Ibanez, it's got a really fat neck. It's the Wizard Nitro XL, and it's really, really chunky. It's really, really wide. The nut seems to be really, really wide. It's really not that comfortable anywhere on the whole neck. It doesn't seem to get thinner. It's just always massive and it's always thick. I don't like it at all. That's purely preference. It's just my own personal opinions. It's well made, it's well put together, it's not sticky, it's not glossy, it's kind of this nitro satin kind of finish. If you enjoy this kind of neck, it's going to be great. Fretboard, beautiful. Frets, fantastic. Well dressed, no sticky outy bits. It's a really, really nice neck from a manufacturer and QC perspective. It's just not to my taste. One negative I do have on the neck, which isn't personal, is the luminescent side dots. Now they specifically say luminescent and not luminlay. They have really, really dull glow-in-the-dark side dots. They're not that prominent in a dark kind of environment. As you'll see from the B-roll that I'll put over, Bo has actually added glow-in-the-dark tape to this because it was so hard to see the side dots on stage that he just kept getting lost. And so the glow-in-the-dark tape is absolutely amazing. It just glows so well and it shows how badly the side dots glow on their own. So there's one negative against it. Everything else is pretty much positive. From a hardware perspective, everything's great. The tuners are great. They're go-to HollowKin tuners, I think. Yeah, they're go-to HollowKin tuners. They're really good. They do exactly what you'd expect them to do. I believe it's going to be a Graphtec or at least a graphite nut up here. It didn't say on the Anderton's website, but again, I've just restrung this and set this up for Bo, and I didn't have any issues. The nuts seem to do what it needs to do. The bridge is great, slightly over-engineered, but it's fine. It does what it needs to do. It's big and it's chunky, and that's very, very cool. And I like a hardtail, so that's brownie points. I do like on the back of the guitar the way that they stagger the can't remember what they're called, ferrules, these bits on the back. I like the way they stagger those because you want a little bit more tension through the low strings, and this is designed obviously to go quite low. This is set up in drop A at the moment, and so I do like the way that they kind of stagger the bottom two strings here to give you that extra little bit of tension and kind of help with the intonation. So that's really, really cool. Another cool thing with this guitar that I really, really like, and I actually had on my original Ibanez that I used to own, and I've kind of taken forward into a lot of my guitars since, is the fact that the coil split is on a switch and not push-pull. I hate push-pull. I find them really, really inconvenient to use. They're just, I don't really understand why, because it's such a faff to pull the pots out rather when you can just flick and flick. It's so good. I love it. So well done, Ibanez. Well done, Ibanez. Very, very cool. Can't comment on the original pickups. I did hear this guitar when Bo got it originally. They sounded good, but it sounds absolutely ripping now. This Invader sounds so good in this guitar. The only thing is that I put a picture of this or a video on Instagram, and a buddy of mine, Alid from the band Delore, messaged me and commented on how far away the bridge pickup is from the bridge, because there's a good old gap there where it could be just a bit further back just to get rid of some of the flubbiness, and I can't now unsee that. I feel like the bridge pickup's a bit too far this way, and it would just add to the clarity, especially when you're playing in the low chuggy notes, if they had just kind of pulled that bridge pickup a little bit further towards the bridge. But you know, there's nothing that can be done about it, and it sounds great for what it is. I just thought I'd mention it. The neck pickup sounds really good in lead positions when you chord tap it, and when you're playing cleans, sounds really nice and really jangly. Very, very nice. And from a general fit, finish and quality perspective, this guitar is great. It does exactly what it needs to do. I feel like it's kind of a no frills guitar. It looks like exactly what you're gonna get from it. It looks like a low chuggy metal machine, and that's exactly what it is. I don't think you'd expect it to be anything else, and that's exactly what you get. It's not particularly exciting, but it's also fit for the purpose that it's designed for. It's not Bo's #1 guitar. His BC Rich Shredzilla is his #1 guitar for good reason. If you haven't seen that video, then you can check up in the sky up here, and I'll put a link to it. That guitar is absolutely superb, and you can see why that's his #1 guitar. But this is a really, really good backup guitar, and I think that's probably what it's going to be best for. It's going to be really, really good for an intermediate or someone who is already established on 7 strings and is looking for something with a bit more quality to it, and I think that's what you're going to get with this. But I don't think you'd want to use it as your #1 unless you really, really love this aesthetic or this neck. It's a really good backup guitar. It's a really fun guitar just to kind of kick about with and write some riffs with. So yeah, it's a great guitar. It's just not that exciting to me, but it's still a really lovely piece, and especially with that Seymour Duncan Invader in the bridge. I reckon that's probably everything I got for you all today. That is all of my thoughts and all of my opinions on this particular guitar. So let me hand it over to you. What do you think? Is this your kind of thing? Where do you stand with Ibanez? Do you love Ibanez, or are you kind of with me that they're just not your kind of vibe? Can't necessarily put my finger on why. I'm just not that into Ibanez. I never really have been. I don't like the necks. I've never picked up an Ibanez and played it and gone, wow, that neck is amazing. I've always picked them up and gone, this is not quite right for me. Especially this one, it's massive. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Don't forget, while you're there, if you'd like to follow along this journey with me, then hit subscribe, drop me a like, and do all the stuff that we ask you to do on YouTube to help us expand ever further into the algorithm universe. I don't really know what words I just said. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Hopefully I'll catch up with you again real soon for another video. And until then, take care of yourself. In a bit.